transcending history and the world, a tale of dudes and souls, eternally retold.
What's up, dudes? New week, you know, new age of suffering. Hi, I'm gone. Actually, damn, it was so bad. I'm gone. There we go. It was so bad he left. Can't believe it. What a bummer. C24, thank you very much, dude. Yeah, the Predator trailer. I did see it on a cellular device, and it looked pretty good. I won't lie. It actually did look pretty good. They killed PoE as well. Path of Exile, really? That sucks. Oh, I'm having a bad hair day and shit. Oh man. Anyway, hi chat. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Also, I'm gonna need a bit of your all help from the YouTube and yeah, Predator. There's a Predator animated series movie something coming out on Hulu/Disney Plus, and apparently it looks pretty good. It looks like not Predator Badlands, Predator the Bloody Sands of Time. That's what it looks like. And that was an old comic where predators are in World War I. It's kind of like that. It's the same director as Prey. It is. And the same director as Prey is also directing the new one. Yeah, it's called Killer of Killers. So what about the Tron trailer? It did nothing for me other than like that's all it did for me, dude. Pretty lights. and to be real, like I always liked Tron for like the vibes and the weird atmosphere of the first movie, and that kind of went away with the with Tron Legacy. Kind of went away for just like cool, everything's fucking cool, you know, like they sort of did away with all of that and now it's just sleek and fucking cool. Like that was the you know, the premium, what everybody was talking about. Have I seen Netflix DMC? No, I haven't. To me, on the outside, as someone that hasn't watched it, it looks like something in between what Devil May Cry is and what DMC was. That's it. It looks like, to be honest, the way Dante acts in any of the trailers we've seen or any of the clips I've seen is really not that far off from the way Dante acted in DMC, which is a little disconnected, pretty little disconnected. So to me, I just don't really have much of an interest in seeing it. Not much. I did see, yes, and somebody made this very astute observation. I did see the clip where he is like, you know, where Virgil walks out. It's probably the last shot of the show, and spoilers, whatever. Virgil exists, and he talks about a storm approaching, and he's like, yada, 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 I am that storm. And then the music kicks in to like an Evanescence version of I am the storm that is approaching. And my dude, That's the equivalent of Kiryu looking into the camera and saying, I am the Dame Dane guy. I am the Dame Dane guy approaching. Like, it's a little like, huh. All right. All right, dude. So it's pretty hard to get me to watch a show in general. It's pretty hard to get me to watch a movie, like, period. I don't just like, I'm a bad content creator in that regard. I don't feverishly consume, chat. In fact, I used to be that before I had to make the things to be consumed. But as soon as I did that, it was like, oh, well, shit. I am the Doomslayer, you know? Andor 2, though. Andor Season 2. Andor Season 2. Pretty soon, right? Pretty soon. So, anyway. ADHD, no, that's the opposite, dude. ADHD is that you can't help but watch or do it. Making the conscious choice that I have, like, better things to do with my time and invest time is the exact opposite of ADHD, you weird asshole. Anyway, I'm looking at the YouTube chat. We're going to ignore them for a while. Hi. Did you feverishly consume FF7 remake content though? Yeah, because I like it, right? If anything, Capcom and their visitation of the filmic sphere has not given me any vote of confidence that that shit could be good in any way. Like, none of the Resident Evil movies have ever been good. None of the Resident Evil CG things have ever been good. None of that shit has ever been good. So just saying like, hey, we're going to take, you know, and to be honest, the Mega Man short was not that good either. To be like, hey, we're just going to take, you know, this thing and then just do said thing with this thing. It's like, that doesn't do it for me. Just because I like this thing doesn't mean I have to, like, I have to watch it. It doesn't really make me want to watch it because the history behind Capcom's collaborations with a bunch of other film media have not been particularly great. Unless we go all the way back to Street Fighter 2, the animated movie. Maybe Street Fighter Alpha? I don't know. We got some things to talk about though. Yes, I am excited for the Predator show. It looks cool. They have a roid Predator, which is fascinating. And I wonder if that's the same thing as Badlands. I don't think it is. I think those are two completely different things. So, you know, in that way. I never liked other Capcom media, but I think you really enjoyed the first episodes. I don't know, man. I don't know. Seeing Dante act like Deadpool really turns me off. I won't lie. Like, and that's what does it for me. Like, that's what gets me off, is Dante not acting like Deadpool. But as soon as he starts acting like Deadpool, I'm turned off, dude. It's like, it's the reverse of eating pineapple and clams. It is the reverse thing for me. Okay, is not doing it for me. Anyway, is Street Fighter 2 animated movie worth watching nowadays? Actually, yes. It's aged pretty well, believe it or not. Dante doesn't act like Deadpool, my dude. I've seen trailers. I have witnessed trailers. I have seen trailers. And what I'm saying is that if what is portrayed in the trailers is anywhere close to what is in the show, this is what has stopped me. Do you think I sit and just browse Twitter clips? No. No. How about no? So, damn. Chat's getting me distracted. I don't want to fucking talk about Devil May Cry, the animated series, chat. What the fuck? I don't want to talk about this shit. This is the least interesting thing to me. Can you tell that I am, like, ridiculously uninterested in this shit? Can you tell that I'm trying to get away from it? As much as you guys are asking about it, I'm trying my best to not talk about it until it's a week later and y'all have forgotten about it. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm just, like, waiting for that. There are several other things that I would prefer to talk about that I think are much more interesting, and shit that's going down. And that's the overall quote unquote, like, state of fighting games. So yeah, we definitely got to talk about this shit. And I would like to make some astute observations just because in my space, I've had to be around a very large majority of fighting game communities from casual to competitive over the past like 15 years of my life and see what they think and respond with what their grievances are, what's good, what's bad, like all that kind of stuff, right? So there's a lot of turmoil in the modern fighting game space, and it's really difficult to take the entirety of it. So it's best we just like focus. So let's just focus on several things that have gone down over the past 2-ish weeks, and we'll just like boil it down, or things coming to a head, you know, that kind of stuff. So let's just talk about the elephant in the room. So that's Tekken 8, that's Street Fighter 6, that's also Fatal Fury, a game that's not even out yet. Okay, let's be real. And maybe to a certain degree 2XKO, right? Let's just talk about 2XKO. There's you know what? I'm going to give 2XKO the benefit of the doubt. Let's not put this in here. Let's also put an MK1, because MK1 I think is a much better contrast / representation of what is going on and the comparison of what's going on to all of them. So what I'm going to do is we are going to dig deep now. We're going to dig deep into our psyche, into our personal feelings about what's going on with fighting games. And we're going to pull out the deepest, darkest, most negative, gut-wrenching reactions about every single one and compare them to every single one to figure out which one feels the worst, which thing is going to actually make us feel the worst. Actually, I'm not doing that. Actually, we're not gonna do that. I'm going to provide maybe a slightly more interesting take, in that the issues that are happening with all these fighting games almost have nothing to do with each other. And they are all severely unique things for every game. And we're sitting at a unique period of time right now where all of this stuff sort of came to a head at the same point or is happening in the same week. So let's just like break it down. Obvious thing, right? Tekken 8. Okay. Yeah, we get what's going on. There's an issue with the current game's balance, a commitment to the absolute insanity that was the first season of Tekken 8. Although, you know, all things considered, Tekken 8 was already a game that like allowed you to explore and do some pretty crazy stuff with those characters and things. And now they just want to like extend that, you know, to a way higher degree that is starting to piss people off. So yeah, we all know kind of the discourse behind Tekken 8, and it's the fact that in my eyes the developers chose to change way too much in the direction that we were not anticipating, much less they said. So that's what's going on with Tekken 8. It's like, okay, yeah, they changed a lot, but they did it in the opposite way that we all thought they were going to do, and now it's leaning in a direction that is kind of scary and weird if this is the future of the game. Okay, sure. I get you. I'm with you. I completely agree. Let's talk about Street Fighter 6. Street Fighter 6 has almost the complete exact problem. Street Fighter 6 is a game that has been out for nearly 2 years, almost 2 years. And the only thing that has had adjustment to its core mechanical systems is the fact that Drive Rush went from being a forward input to 2 buttons, right? Forward to 2 buttons. This game is getting close to like 24 months of existence. And the way you play the game pretty much has almost not changed at all. Yeah, reversals, also like being able to do wake up reversals and stuff. The mechanic is still there. The way you change it is like slightly different, right? They made it so that you can't really screw up a drive reversal like on wake up. So, you know, most of those things are still functionally the same game that you have been playing for, Jesus Christ, how goddamn long? Like the past... Here's what's crazy. It might even go all the way back to the old betas. I got a fuzz in my hair. Right, I got an annoying ass fuzz in my hair. It's not going away. So yeah, the game has been no shit. The same game. We're just adding characters. New characters, not really any big changes, just new characters. How is that bad? Is it fun? Why change it? Great question. It is fun. Why change it? Because anything, if you play the exact same thing for too long, is going to get stale, especially if it's like, you know, a headliner game like a Street Fighter. Street Fighter 5 went through way more changes significantly quicker in the time frame it had, much less Street Fighter 4 also went through way more changes significantly quicker. I'll also say Street Fighter 3 also went through way more changes significantly quicker, because within 2 years after New Generation was released, we were already at Third Strike. So right now, Street Fighter 6 is getting like a little stale, and what's really good in the game is obviously really good. There's some very interesting community comparisons of, like, you know, Tekken 8 to Street Fighter at the moment, and to me, it's like they are the exact opposite of a problem. You got one game that people have been playing so long that they're asking for a shakeup in some way, and you got another game that people have not been playing for that long, has already gone through several micro shakeups on the way to its season 2, and by the time season 2 happened, they were like, brah, they just like kicked the door down, and they're like, oh, we're just changing everything in a weird direction. No, these are not the same problem, my dude. There is not like an overarching, I get it, all fighting games in their next iterations will get quote unquote easier to play for casual players. That goes all the way back to the 90s. Okay, this is not a new thing, but still, functionally speaking, we have a couple of games that do give you a lot more tools to work with, a lot more stuff to work with. So this is very different than the casualization of fighting games in the mid 2010s, where the whole goal to casualize fighting games was just to take things away and just make it simpler. In my eyes, there was a way for you to give like characters a bunch of tools and shit and a bunch of things to work with, and it could be really fun for casuals, and the high level might have issues for it, but the high level, you know, still is really good, and they still are the conquering reigning champions. You know what game that is called, chat? You know what game that is? It's called Tekken 8 Season 1. Literally season 1. Okay, so I think season 1, as much as it needed refinement, had a pretty good balance of that stuff, and what we wanted was that refinement, and now what people are asking for in Street Fighter is a quote-unquote refinement. If we, and just for comparison's sake, we know these are two very different issues between these games right now. If Street Fighter 6 got a Tekken 8 Season 2 adjustment, Street Fighter 6, throw loops would work everywhere, not just the corner. You could now get burned out without your back hitting the wall. Don't even need the wall anymore. Drive rush costs less. The majority of moves on the majority of characters now leave you plus on block. Some people do not understand how significant of a change the Tekken 8 Season 2 patch was. They really, like, it is game changing. It is significantly different. It is terrifying. Air drive impact, air drive rush, you know, like, and you would have to hold a block string in Street Fighter like you're playing Dragon Ball Fighters. Oh, how about this? Parrying would also take away gray health. Just period. That's what the next season of Street Fighter would do. If this was a Tekken 8 patch, next season of Street Fighter, parrying takes away gray health, just in general. So good luck, you know. Anyway, two very different issues. Okay, so there's two games. We have another game that is like, whoa, all right. So Fatal Fury, a game that's not even out yet. This game's problem is specifically guest characters and their inclusion of said guest characters. For a while, it was the game's online functionality throughout that first beta, and like, oh my god, they've learned nothing about how to make an online fighting game since the first one. Please no. No, that was mostly alleviated in the second beta. Most of the issues that were there were sort of alleviated. So that was like, okay, you know, they got it. But now they have guest characters taking the places in the launch roster of many other characters that longtime fans would want. So in a similar way, right now, the legacy fans of Tekken are being like hurt. And right now, also in a similar way, the legacy fans of SNK are being hurt. That there's a new priority for how things work. And, you know, even though you love these things from the previous game, well, you can maybe just wait for that while we try to sell this product. You know what I mean? So it's a very different. These are very different things, but in the same result, the same thing is happening. You know, we're getting two hardcore fan bases that feel like they're being somewhat disrespected in some way. But again, These are very different problems. Like the inclusion of these real lifers in SNK is nothing like what's happening to Street Fighter, which clearly needs a shakeup in its mechanics, which is nothing like Tekken, which shook up its mechanics way too much in a direction that nobody wanted. So we got 3 different problems here. And let's take the last one, Mortal Kombat 1, the last big boy. And for the majority of people that are watching this, you don't care about how Mortal Kombat plays as a video game. You just don't. It's never been a priority. It's never been the most important thing about the game. Because mostly the folks that engage with NRS and last Mortal Kombat games are there for the content. And to be real, they were justified as shit, bro. The content in MK1 was lacking, and it still is lacking as we move like 2 or getting close to 2 years after the game has been out. So yeah, there's still many things that are like, oh, dude, this should not be a problem. It still is, even when it comes to online functionality. But many of the things that made Injustice 2 great and sold people on MK11 were not the things that were present. And a lot of people didn't like the story mode. So just screw that game. I'm out, you know? But I'm here to tell you that MK1 is in the best space it ever has been right now. Like, as a video game, as a game that you can play, and almost the entirety of the NRS community has echoed this, the same people that were harking on this game being absolute ass trash for the last year and a half, and they're just livid that this is the only thing they can do, it's the only thing they can play. They've gotten to a point where MK1 is actually pretty fun. Watching competitive MK1 is actually pretty fun. So at this point, the future of that game is sort of left in turmoil. We don't know where the hell it's going to go. But my dude, Mortal Kombat 1 is such a better game than it was like a year ago, such a better game than it was 6 months ago. It's way more interesting to watch, and it's way more interesting to engage with as a video game. But that's only if you enjoy the gameplay. And if you don't just enjoy the gameplay, then my dude, you're not going to find those things that were missing from launch. So I understand it's not perfect. So again, this is another completely different issue that every single one of these games is going through. I will say there's an overall quote unquote narrative that the bigger problem with all fighting games right now is the casualization of fighting games. And I do agree to a certain point. Yes, making big guesses constantly at high level may not be the most engaging way to like play a fighting game. Like big RPS guesses like all the time, or big 50-50s all the time. I'll be honest, the goal of like high level fighting games like back then was to pretty much get to that 50-50 situation, which took a bit of effort, and then you get a true 50-50. Nowadays it's like 50-50, who gives a shit, man? That I deal with that shit all the time. Like that's no problem. So to me, there's like, we've sort of been inundated by this shit. Isn't that MKX? Not anymore, dude. Hell no. Last patch of MKX, the game is not that way. If you guys are saying that was MKX, my dude, they slowed literally every single goddamn overhead in that game practically. Almost every single one. Where MKX is about holding the mid, it is so much better to have an incredibly powerful mid attack than it is to have like a super powerful overhead or like a good low starter. No. MKX is not just 50-50 the game anymore. It turned into something very different. So to be like, oh, the gameplay of Tekken 8 is just like MKX, that's not true. Maybe for the first like few months of that game, sure. But still, I agree that I don't think the highest level of fighting games should just be boiling down to a guess. It shouldn't just constantly like 4 to 5 to 6 times per round boiling down to guesses that will mean the game for you. I don't think that's particularly satisfying, you know, especially if you don't really like, if it doesn't feel like you really have to earn that. And yeah, I do think that there is room for refinement. They literally changed that in Mortal Kombat X as the game went on. So what I'm trying to communicate here is that the casualization is the modern narrative of like why fighting games suck. And I do agree to a certain point about, you know, the guessies part of it. But at another point, these games don't inherently suck. Like Tekken 8 was pretty fun, man. Like for the majority of that first season, they were fixing things and it was getting better and they were toning down the bullshit until, you know, they decided to do an initial D Akana downhill U-turn. But in the same way, Street Fighter 6 was a system that most people really liked. In fact, Street Fighter 6 has been a game that has been this like, whoa, yeah, oh, no, whoa, yeah, oh, no, whoa, yeah. And now we're on this little like downward spiral. This game's the best. This game sucks. This game's the best. This game sucks. Like that has been what has been going on for the past near 2 years of Street Fighter. And then, you know, we have Mortal Kombat 1, which has gone from this thing to this game sucks, and now it's actually kind of good. Now it's actually sort of fun. So Fatal Fury isn't even out yet. I can't even like harshly judge that situation because I'm just throwing it in here as comparison, but we can't even judge Fatal Fury. It's not actually out yet. It's just weird with all the stuff that's happening. The message of this story is that none of these things are the same. They may seem like they're the same if you like, you know, try to wrap everything around the casualization of fighting games is ruining everything. It's like, my dude, Tekken 8 is the most uncasual friendly. I don't know what to I don't know what I'm talking. Tekken 8 is like the most casually unfriendly Tekken game in season 1 that I think I've ever played, you know, and it took a turn, you know, that turn definitely shifted, but season 1 was not particularly like this game's just great for casuals. My dude, your ass got stomped by legacy skill, and then you had to deal with all these other characters that were like 3 times the character when they're in heat mode, and then you have Street Fighter, which is not a game that is just inherently super easy to just pick up and be a god at. Like, no, dude, Street Fighter 6 is so mechanically dense that the majority of people that don't play fighting games will not be getting those mechanics in their head or functioning the way they want them to for like months. Like, it'll take you so long to get out of gold or some shit. So to be real, these games by their intrinsic design are not super casual friendly. We have seen fighting games that were mega casual friendly, and they were not fun games, dude. I don't even want to call names. I don't even want to say anything, but we know what happened over the past 10 years and how it had an impact on just like the way the game looks and how interesting is the engagements and stuff. And it just wasn't. It was just like, dude, what are we looking at? This game is not fun. The first few minutes of you playing it, you're like, this is not fun. There's nothing to do. What are we doing here, man? So to me, there is at least the games we have right now. This is the positive max kicking in. We have something that at its core does have a lot of enjoyment, but needs refining. Tekken 8 needs refinement in the other direction. Street Fighter needs refinement in the opposite direction, right? Street Fighter needs refinement in a way that we actually want things to change. But to be real, again, if Street Fighter 6 got a refinement the same way that Tekken did, if they just enhance all the really annoying shit, we're going to make Drive Rush twice as fast. We're going to make it so that you can throw loop anywhere on the screen. We're going to make it so that you get burned out anywhere on the screen. No corner needed anymore. Yeah, people would be friggin' pissed. You know, that would be friggin' stupid. Why would they do that? I don't know why they did it in Tekken. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is these problems aren't related to each other. And the good news is that even though we're in sort of a dire spot right now with some of these games and a big unknown one with Fatal Fury and the potential of Mortal Kombat, we're in a spot where things can get changed. Things can go through minor refinements and actually have them turn out in a positive in some way in like a 6-month time frame, if not a little bit less. I think it's been pretty clear that if you totally commit to just changing the spirit of your game in some way, then a lot of people are going to be upset, which is what happened with Tekken. And if you also don't commit to changing your game at all, you're going to run into a Street Fighter situation where people are just sick of seeing the exact same, like sort of like 1 out of 3 RPS situation over and over and over again. You know, I get it. I completely understand. So to me, I don't think the casualization of all this stuff is inherently the problem, because these games aren't intrinsically casual friendly. They're really not. And it does lead me hope that devs now I'm pretty sure they understand. I'm pretty sure they get it. And I am personally looking forward to, as much as I don't want to play Tekken as much as I wanted to, the game is still fun to a degree until like the really annoying shit happens. And Street Fighter has still been a fun game that I could jump back in and play and relearn and reacclimate and sort of come across like, yeah, dude, this is really engaging. But I could see how at a highest level, yeah, I can see how if you're only playing this game all the time, you just have to make those choices like so frequently, and they have to be the right ones. You know, that could be a little frustrating of just like, I had to make the right call, you know. Ugh, you know. So anyway, I just want to give you some perspective. This isn't nearly as bad as we think it is. This isn't the end of fighting games in general. In fact, there is a growing point that's happening right now. When fighting games were actually at their best potentially like a year ago, where it felt like, man, this can't get any better, right? This is just so crazy. This is just so cool. There's a little bit of a growth period happening at the moment in the in the growth of now a much more thriving fighting game market. And it feels like maybe, just maybe, like some stuff is happening on an executive level because the market is getting bigger, the games are getting larger, that some like outside factors might be coming in and messing shit up. So we don't know. We'll find out. There are new fighting games on the horizon. Fatal Fury isn't even out. 2XKO still is coming out. So, you know, all I'm saying is I would like to have faith in the dopeness of fighting games. And I would like to have faith that we can get games that don't all require you to make just big guesses like all the time. At a high level, and the whole game just boils down to 5 or 6 big guesses per round, like that doesn't feel necessarily great. I think we can get there. And to be real, my prediction is that Street Fighter is going to go through that change. I think they will. I think it's going to be an evolved game that will go through that change, and I'm going to give Capcom the benefit of the doubt that they know this. And when we do eventually get a season 2 announcement, possibly in the next couple months, we might see some stuff that really pushes the game forward. Gonna hop on the 2XKO Alpha when it's out soon. Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. He just says this is the first bad patch you've had as a pro, so I'm guessing I'm taking it too seriously. I can imagine, man. Yeah. Dude. Hide, for example, I watched Tekken streamers in 2012 to 2013 screaming their lungs out when they got tag crashed. Just absolutely high-pitched yelling of just, it was like breaking their brains and shit. Like they absolutely hated it. Not just Eris, but like, I get it. We can go back to Tag 2 and be like, this is amazing, but it's not just Eris. There were many other people that there wasn't that many Tekken streamers around that time frame. I would not. By the way, I wanted to like Tag 2. I could not. I'm like, nope. The netcode of this is not good. Do you think it's just the changes are so fresh that people need to calm down? No, I don't. This is the weirdest patch I've ever seen. And I'm somebody that doesn't get to commit fully to any singular community of any fighting game, but after the last 15 years, I have never seen anything like this, man. Every fighting game, there's only one, the last season of Dragon Ball. And I didn't even keep up with it that much, but Dragon Ball Final Patch, they just were like, we're gonna fuck this game up, dude. Wait, why? Wait, what? Like, no, we're just gonna fuck this shit up. Tekken 8's pretty close to that. This is there has never been another game where the mechanics from launch weren't refined and expanded, right? We're just going to refine and expand this shit. We're going to take the stuff that obviously sucks, where our game just boils down to this. Well, that's no fun. Let's refine that, right? Every single game was that. Dragon Ball was that all the way until the final season, dude. Hey, you know what? Like, having to use just this assist sort of sucks. Let's give you access to more assists. Yeah, you know what? Everybody's combo routes are looking kind of samey. You know what? Let's allow tag in during specials and shit. Sure. Let's allow tag in at any time. I actually completely sympathize with the intentions of developers on the majority of those games. They're trying to refine their games. Tekken 8's, we went back to beta 1. And I don't know why. We just went back to a game that's like super heat dominant. And I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It makes no sense. So, and here's the another thing to add. I've seen Core A get a lot of flack for his video of what the balance video. We should buff instead of nerf. You guys realize he's not wrong, right? You guys realize the buff video is terrible? My dude, this guy is not asking you to put fire on Brian's hands when he's in heat mode. That video was not asking for you to take already the most annoying, abusive, inane bullshit that's in the game and give the characters more of that stupid shit. To be completely honest, that's not what that video was talking about. The video is talking about this. You got power levels that are here, and some other characters, maybe a lot of the rest of the game is down here. So to be real, let's do something along this line, right? Maybe let's do something along this line. It's about an equalization. Tekken 8 is not an example of buffs or nerfs, only buffs. Yeah, but nobody was asking you to make the most craziest fucking characters even better and crazier. Like, let's just make Ken's third strike super do twice the damage, the 0 frame one. Let's just make Chun-Li and her, her super art now do, twice as much damage, and it's -3, -3 on start. It already happened, bitch. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, this is not the perfect example of, like, if you only buff everybody in the game, that game ends up being shit, because I will agree in that way. If you buff everybody, yes, it is shit, but it isn't asking to buff everybody. It's about equaling the aspects of characters. It's about, like, making sure they're a bit closer than further away. And if it means that, hey, some of these, like, crazy bitches around the highs don't need more stuff, you know what? Well, let's take the Tekken 8 route and now give everybody Virgil spiral swords and everything's up here. No, dude. Like, that's not what anybody's asking for when it comes to more buffs than nerfs. So, I don't know, man. Like, to me, there's a little bit of disconnect. Yes, you should be buffing the characters that are clearly lacking. You should be giving the parts of the game that some of the roster don't benefit as much. Like, we've said this before several times, Chad. There are clearly some characters that play Street Fighter 6 way better than others. We know. They just take advantage of the mechanics of the game way better, than any other character. There's also characters in Tekken 8 that take advantage of the heat system way more than everybody else. There's also Johnny in fucking Mortal Kombat 1, the entire history of that character being damn good. Us wondering, hey, are we going to get more stuff like that? Maybe for, like, other characters? Is there a chance that we can maybe lift some characters in that way? And guess what? MK kind of did that. Mortal Kombat kind of balanced its game in that way, where some of the characters that were historically the worst got pretty good. They actually got bumped up to a point where they're now comparable with some of the best in the game. Did everybody get there? No, but Johnny's still very good. And a lot of the other characters got significantly better. Everyone got, like, sort of cool shit. So, yeah, Baraka having an MK12 mechanic did not mean that he is now going to lay waste to the rest of the roster. It didn't mean that. He's just better. He's just more interesting now than just being whack-ass Tarkatan guy. So anyway, I don't know if I buy the idea that, like, hey, it is this way or that way. You buff everybody in the game, now bad, To me, there's a decent example of how you can balance out a game, and balancing games is one of the hardest things you can do, but do it in a way that, like, obviously follows a structure of where the game is going. And to me, the chaoticness of Tekken 8's buff everything patch matches the absolute chaos that was the direction they took season 2. Like, pure, unadulterated, absolute chaos. Like, it makes no goddamn sense. So to me, it's like, I get it, I understand where things are going. There's a way to handle these things, but it's not the end. This isn't the absolute end of this shit. And the only reason it's not the end, because in my opinion, Street Fighter 6 is still a pretty fun game that needs tuning. And Tekken 8 Season 1 was already a game that was really fun, was a game that needed refinement and got thrust into absolute something way worse than we thought it was going to be. It took all the things that were sort of annoying and just pushed them forward. So anyway, I just feel personally different. That's all it is. Tekken 8 Season 1 was almost perfect. Dude, my dude, I get it. Tekken 8 Season 1, Hida, I agree with you. And I'm not a professional, but we had an offensive Tekken, that was pretty close to being kind of cool. That was like not that far off. Not the launch Tekken 8, but like over time, like what they changed over time, because a lot of shit changed over time. They were pretty close to having a game that still could be like offensive and engaging and reward engagement while not being extremely degenerate, not like painfully degenerate, What's your thoughts on the whole Tekken boycott thing? I mean, dude, the devs know. They know. It's already... I don't see the necessity behind that. There's no way they're going to overhaul at this point earlier. No, because the overhaul... Season 2 is not aggression, but suppression. Yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Because you don't get to play. Yeah. Anyway, it's a rough spot right now. It just is a rough spot. We don't know exactly what's happening with Fatal Fury. Mortal Kombat 1 is seemingly doing the best of all of them in this current moment, which is very bizarre. And here's the craziest part. I'm gonna throw the craziest little factoid out at you, chat. Hold on a second. I'm going to throw the craziest factoid at you. For March of 2025, this is like beyond any significant update to a game like MK1. Nowhere close to any big crazy updates, that much, not that much, compared to, where other games are. The only game that's charting in top 15 in games played online that's a fighting game is Mortal Kombat 1. Like Street Fighter and Tekken don't even chart in active weekly PlayStation users. Just throwing it out there. MK1, those are US numbers. Yeah, it is. Don't get me wrong. This is activity in the spot where the game would get the most. But still, the US is usually like one of the biggest markets for most games. In Street Fighter, it might be skewed a little bit more to Japan, but still. It's a lot, dude. Like that's... People are busy playing Wilds. It wasn't out yet, man. Was it? It's not even charting. No. No. It wasn't out yet. Literally wasn't out yet. When are we gonna fire up Roblox, chat? Right? When are we firing up Roblox? WWE 2K25 is legit. UFC 5. I'm good, I'm surprised MK considered more a video game than a fighter, but it's not, man. MK1 doesn't have the content that any of the casual fans give a shit about. It really doesn't. There's very few ways to like engage with that game. It's a repeat of seasons, they're sort of at that point again. MK1 is not a party game. That game is fucking cool. You have not played it in the last few months. I mean, just admit it. I am an MK1 biggest hater, biggest criticizer, and also its biggest defender, because this game is legit fucking cool now. It's actually great. So I will not have all of that. There's something has happened in this way that is having some people clearly change their minds in terms of online activity and stuff, because it is fun. Does it have the shittiest online? The shittiest online infrastructure? Yes. Its netcode is fine. Its online infrastructure and how it matches sucks, dude. It sucks. Waiting for matches sucks. The best part, and what will continually get me to always go back whenever I get an opportunity to play Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6, is the same thing that it has been since the beginning. I get matches. A lot. I get matches over and over and over and over. And I just keep getting matches. And I barely even get the same people, which is nuts. So to me, it's like, yeah, that's one thing that keeps me coming back. It's one thing that'll keep the majority of people going to a game in some way, you know? And not every game, not every game gets that luxury. Not every game gets the luxury of just like working quickly and snappily to get you from one thing to the next. No catfish? No, dude. I very infrequently have issues with like the online quality of connections in Street Fighter or Tekken. Yo, MK Nitro, thank you very much for the 10 gift subs, man. I appreciate it. So anyway, Guilty Gear Strive? Not yet, dude. We gotta wait. I'm ready. I already have my character. Strive's update's coming out in August. I legit have my character. I'm gonna be playing Elfelt. I think she's fun. I think she's cool. She's actually probably my favorite character in the whole roster. I shit you not. So it's like, yeah, let's jump back in again and just like try up ranked and shit. In light of all this, did you pick you did pick the wrong time to jump into fighting games? Having a lot of fun with Street Fighter 6? No, dude, you didn't. To be real, Yolandric, you jumping into Street Fighter 6 is at a perfect time right now. Because the only people that have an issue with Street Fighter 6 is if you put at least 1,000 to 2,000 hours into the game. Like, to be honest. And another point is that, was this the right time to jump into a fighting game? Or is this the right time to jump into a fighting game? Yes. Now is the right time, because the only other time that's good is the current moment. If you wait longer, there will be less people, just usually. In most situations, in almost every single situation, fighting games go down in players over time. So you have to wait for big content updates or all that kind of stuff, but now is the best time to jump into any fighting game, period. Because the longer you wait, the harder it will become. So anyway, there's been a funny comparison of like, man, if Tekken characters go to Street Fighter, man, they're going to be pissed off because it's just as bad. And I'm like, you have an invincible uppercut. Like, you have your back to the wall, I get it. But you have like an invincible level 1 and an invincible DP and like actual defensive options. In Tekken, when your back is to the wall, in Tekken 8, when your back is to the wall, you literally take chip damage until you die and then get bounced off the wall. You're left like -12 constantly. You just have to hold that shit. You just want to live. I just want to survive. That's it. You have nothing you can do to get out of it. It would be like your back is to the wall in Street Fighter 6. And then somebody is now doing a Dragon Ball block combo to you, right? Like a Dragon Ball block string. And at the end of that Dragon Ball block string, you took chip damage. And at the end of that chip damage, you likely are burned out. That's what Tekken 8 is like right now. That's where that game currently is. It's crazy, dude. Whoever lands the first hit wins. I mean, it feels that way. I mean, I was unfamiliar, but when I was actually playing somebody like Fee that was doing it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, this fucking sucks. And then I would get to do it against him a couple of times, but even mine, I realize I can't run my shit that hard. Like, holy hell. Yeah, Hide, hit me up on Twitter. Like, just tweet it to me. I'll share it. If it's the typical Tekken 8 round, then I think I know what we're getting into. The corner burnout is a death sequence in Street Fighter 6. Right, it is. I'm saying you can get to that death sequence in Tekken 8 without ever being hit. You could pretty much get there without ever being hit. Or you can take one hit and you're dead. Doesn't matter what it took to get over there because they can just push you over there. Like, that's the way the game is right now. It's Tekken 8 is in a situation where, you know how you only can get burned out in Street Fighter 6 with your back to the wall in a very specific situation? Let's just take that specific situation out of the game and also let it happen anywhere. Oh, okay. That's what is happening to Tekken 8 right now. That's what they're going through. Oh, did I say something else than stun? Sorry, I'm reading the chat at the same time. Hi, let me check this out. Hold on, chat. We announced a Virtua Fighter tournament, by the way. For those of you that are curious, I'll share with some shit. All right, here we go. Hide's got something interesting. Yep. Oh, dude, I don't even need to fucking see this. I literally fought Fee for like 20 rounds, and I think our set lasted like 45 minutes. I think I spent 30 minutes in this block string of that time frame. I'm not even shitting you. I spent 30 minutes of all the engagements. I lived it, dude. Just dunk, 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 dunk. Heat smash, dunk, 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 dunk. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude. High guard crush. Here's the low. Like. Steve is playing Tekken 9. Oh no, because Jin does the same fucking thing. That's right. Jin's just as bad. Oh Jesus, dude. Oh, this is so fucking ass. This is so ass. There's the low. Dude. He was right. Damn, he was right. I should not have doubted you. I shouldn't have doubted you. And that's what I mean. That's why I legit asked Fee at the end of that. I'm like, so what's mine? I'm like, what? I don't have that, bro. Like, my character can do down forward 113, and I either commit to the 3 or not. Like, that's about it. And it's these other characters are just literally, you hold this until you die type shit. And I'm like, I don't have that. My character's playing Tekken 8 now, and everyone's playing Tekken 9. I'm gonna watch that again. Lars is getting some hate right now too. My dude, show me. You have to show me. After witnessing all of like the Lars, the existing Lars fandom go through, oh my God, we got the best character into the game. And then they play ranked. They're like, oh God, what is this game? Like, the entire Lars fandom did the exact same shit like I did, where they were all like, this is the greatest patch ever. Oh God, what happened? And now every single one of them, I watch them stream and they're just like, Jesus fucking, like, they all look ridiculously pissed off. They're just like, oh, what the fuck is going on? I need to see it. I need to see somebody like, I want to watch it happen where we get like all the Lars players are now all top fives. And now they're just winning every tournament the same way we're seeing Tekken 8 Season 2 being played. Show me, dude. I want it. I want you to show me. I want to see it. I want to use it too. I literally want it. Let me experience what these dudes are experiencing. Because I spent the entirety of the first season playing a bottom 3 character, and it's difficult to have to go through that again if that's the case. I don't want to go through that, man. I do not.
Activa la barra para cortar presión, puño, intenta con el hit smash. Tiene Red Danger. Puede hacer mucho daño, Diego. Vamos a ver qué es lo que pasa. Anuel está cubriéndose. ¡Qué presión! ¡Qué increíble!
The commentary is the best.
Diego sacando el ultra instinto. El mejor round del torneo.
Yeah, I know. Arslan was saying Lars is insanely good now. And he's taken up in real life combat, like ninja sports. I get it. Arslan Ash says Lars is crazy good. Next thing he does is he is now competing in physical sports. Saying, oh, I'm glad I'm not playing Tekken 8. And he's doing something completely other. Did he play and then it didn't? Did it not? What happened there? There was something. Lars is the best to I am now a football player in real life. Like, what? Wait, what? I've become a ninja warrior? I thought we were playing Tekken still. No. I wanted to see the fruits of those efforts. I wanted to see what made him really good. Wait, no. Please come back. Anyway. We're at a fascinating point here. we're at a fascinating point. Anything else I missed? Oh, yeah, there's something that I missed. Hold up. Let me put some music on here. There's something I missed. All right, chat. We out here. So, it is confirmed. I'm teaming up with Sega. We're hosting a Virtua Fighter tournament. Virtua Fighter Lives this Saturday. Free entry, $1,000 pot bonus, and a ridiculous amount of prizing from Sega directly. And they're allowing Matcherino. So, hold up. Let me grab you some pictures. Hold on. Just check this out. And thanks to TNS, Tampa Never Sleeps is going to be like hosting the event. They're actually like putting on all the technicality of it. We got Shidosha and Limmy that are going to be doing commentary for it. It's just a celebration of like Virtua Fighter. But here's the cool part. Copy link. So, there's a whole bunch of prizing in here too. That is literally provided by Sega. We got t-shirts, which is what I'm wearing right now. Marvel comic, via vinyl set. The anime Blu-ray, the Akira or Wolf Storm figure, the special edition Storm figure, the 30th exclusive dev team hoodie. This one's pretty rare. The VF2 manga or Virtua Fighter 2 Tiger handheld, and also a signed Virtua Fighter 30th Quanba Obsidian 2 fight stick that is made exclusively for first place. And here's what's crazy. If you join the event and manage to get top 8, hold on a second. You get an in-game title. Like, you legit get an in-game title that stays with you in Virtua Fighter 5 Revo PC. It is there. So along with that, top 8 does get an exclusive, like, in-game reward in some way that's connected to Virtua Fighter forever, you know? So, yeah. Very cool that Sega was that willing to go in on all this and allow me to, like, hire all these people to do all this cool shit. So, yes, start.gg/Virtua if you want to sign up. And I'll be making sure the pot bonus is nice and full by the time it happens. And yeah, we'll be watching this Virtua Fighter tournament. I'll be streaming it on my channel, pretty much rebroadcasting it while it goes down also on Tampa Never Sleeps. So we're just going to try to get as many eyes as possible. VF5 Revo's on PC. It's discounted usually. It is the best version of VF5 by a lot now because the netcode is way better than it was even at launch. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of new shit in here. Can people stream their own matches? Absolutely. That's up to me, dude. That's a me choice, and I say you absolutely can. If you want to restream any aspect of any tournament I put on, I'm completely fine with it. I'm completely fine with it. So, start.gg/Virtua. If you want to go sign up, free to sign up. And yeah, I think there is regional restrictions because it is an online tournament. So that is one thing to consider. If you're playing from like Mars, it might be difficult. Yo, Lemmy, what's up, dude? So yeah, we out here. It's happening. And I just wanted to do something special. I want to highlight the community. I want to highlight the players. I want to highlight the fact that, you know, in the Lives tournaments, the whole point of the majority of them is that this game has been pretty much like quote unquote dead for a long time, but it is supported by a community of people that love it, right? That 100% love it. And they have created a fandom. They've created a community. It's the whole point of MKX Lives, the whole point of KI Lives, UMVC3 Lives. Life finds a way, dude. And if that game's banger, then it doesn't matter. People will find a way to continue playing it. And the coolest part about it is that Sega actually gives a shit. Is that, you know, Sega was nice enough to reach out to me that they wanted to do something for the community. And I'm just the person that gets to push this forward into a way that hits as many eyes and ears as it possibly can. So that's my big announcement. That's what we announced earlier today. I don't know what the hell happened on the YouTube video. All I said on the YouTube video was, I have an announcement to make. And it's at, let's go! I don't know what the hell that means. For anybody confused about the comment section, which was blowing up, it's full of VTuber fans afraid of Max's graduating. What? That means leaving his channel behind for you non-VTuber fans? The Sonic fans thinking he might piss on the moon. This isn't like a tribute, is it? I'm not like tributing, because that's not good. That's a joke from a popular Sonic 2 fandom for non-Sonic fans. What the? And when a VTuber's about to graduate, they usually have a video with the word important announcement, and the Sonic fandom bead starts with the phrase, I've come to make an announcement. At that point, I realize I'm old. I'm just old. That's it. I'm a pile of bones. Reduce my ass to dust. It's over, dude. It's officially fucking over. And now the video's exploding with memeing out the Max's announcement, and I'm like, I'm too old. I'm a pile of bones, my dude. I'm going to IHOP for the senior discount. It's over. I came out as a Sonic VTuber, apparently. Did we check out the Dustblood interview? Good point. At the end of it all, he was just a Sonic VTuber. And here at the end of all things, you know. You need to see the Sonic thing?
Welcome back to the stage of history.
You guys just want to see me in pain. That's all you want. You guys just want to see me in pain. Hold on a second. Let's try to catch up. Because here's the thing. Another thing that's actually changing, chat, is my bitch ass is actually rendering my PC footage a bit differently than I did before. I'm doing a test today. This might be weird. Yes, this is OBS running on projector right here. This is a full screen projection of OBS. If I kill it, you guys now get that, which is the extra thing. And if I re-enable it, this is outside of my PC computer. I am trying to do something a little bit different. So bear with me. I'm doing something from my gaming rig to see if this works. Yeah, it's not just to avoid screen tearing. I'm just seeing minor frame drops and shit. So I'm trying to figure out if this might be a better thing than what the eventual solution is for multiple streams. With multiple streams, you have to clone your display. And instead of cloning my display between this one and the capture card, right? I'm not doing that. I am using this display as a third monitor. This capture card is a third monitor. And it's just projecting what's on my main screen over to that third monitor instead of cloning it, because cloning displays on Windows is kind of the worst. Kind of always run into weird ass problems and shit. So anyway, I'm testing that to get better frame rate, to get less screen tearing, to all that shit, to see if there's a possible solution here that runs a little bit better. And you know, yeah. What took Sega so long to get VF going again? The historical excuse that they've had is that they wouldn't make a new Virtua Fighter unless they were going to really innovate. Unless they had like the equity and the time and the know-how to actually innovate the series, because every Virtua Fighter is pretty innovative of the previous one. And they felt like the 3D fighting game genre sort of stagnated in the mid-2000s when VF5 came out. So, yeah, now they're like, it seems like there's room for innovation. So we'll see. We shall see. There hasn't been many other 3D fighting games, that's for sure. Not a ton. And if they're holding true to that, then yeah. You just got a two-stream PC setup, Joy? Yeah, if you're using the clone display setup, that's what everybody uses. And it does work, but I have found that when one monitor is like running at a higher frame rate and this one is not, you know, it can be kind of weird. The OBS preview window is a mess in terms of frame rate. Right. But I have Isra, I've done tests, which is why I stopped using Sunshine Moonlight, right? Don't get me wrong. But I've legit done capture tests between this one and that one, recording the exact same thing. And the recordings from this one, the full screen projection recordings were better. So I don't know. I think you have to game capture, right? Again, for desktop, I use display capture. When I turn on a game, I have to go to game capture. And this is the thing that I'm trying now, just giving it a shot. Because I don't know where the hell these frames are dropping it. Anyway, Duskblood thing. Chat, there's like a VaatiVidya video on the Duskblood thing? Is there something that I can... Oh, there is. Oh, and it's a few days old. Okay, good. So that I wouldn't be like yanking viewership or something like that. VaatiVidya video, or do we just read over it? Vadi's usually the best for these. I like giving him shoutouts whenever I possibly can because he does a very good job at being concise with all this information. There might be a lot of stuff in the lower part of here that I don't need to watch, which you guys can watch. So let me just check out the VaatiVidya video for the beginning part, the gameplay part, which is where I'm the most curious.
A couple of days ago, FromSoftware revealed the Duskbloods, which is coming exclusively to the Nintendo Switch 2 sometime in 2026. And while it shares Bloodborne's aesthetic, it's not a single-player experience. No, you wouldn't know it from the trailer, but it's actually a PvPvE game, meaning you'll not only be fighting against environmental enemies, but also 7 other players as well. Just today, a new interview dropped, and it's revealed a ton of new details about it.
Just a heads up, I am not entirely against that, you know, because it also makes it Bloodborne-like while not being Bloodborne-like, you know? I'm sort of okay with it. It's obviously Tarkov-inspired, obviously, because even Miyazaki has talked about that in the past. So, again, it isn't Bloodborne, we know, but at the same point, it does share several elements that FromSoft games have not had, except Bloodborne, with this game, and blood is in the title. So there's already obviously a wink and a nod happening here that I'm still willing to give Miyazaki the benefit of the doubt. As a reminder, Miyazaki isn't the direct director of Night Rain. This is a kind of different situation, you know, kind of a different situation. Does this mean that I don't want there to be a Bloodborne? No, absolutely not. Do I think this adequately, you know, acts like, oh, this is your spiritual new Bloodborne game? Well, no, not really. But it does just leave me sort of happy that Bloodborne never left their psyche, you know? After they were finished with Bloodborne, it never left their consciousness in the same way that it never left our consciousness over the past 10 years.
So here's what I've learned from this trailer and the interview with director Hidetaka Miyazaki as well. Let's begin with the setting. So according to Miyazaki, the game's setting is not locked to a specific location
Good music choice.
Or time period. There are classic maps with Gothic or Victorian atmospheres, yes, but also maps with a late modern feel.
And this late modern feel, my dude, this shit
but also
is like a different map that feels like it's straight out of Lies of P, you know? If this is this way, it feels straight out of Lies of P. Feels so corporate. We want Battle Royale and Tarkov game, make it happen. My dude, Miyazaki is the CEO. He's the CEO of the company. Like, it doesn't feel corporate. He has gone on record before, years ago, saying that he loves the idea of Tarkov. Again, Miyazaki's the guy that created some of the most brutally difficult and obtuse-ass games ever, right? But he's also the guy that built in systems where you're supposed to play them online and you're supposed to help each other. The entire point of Demon's Souls is that you work with other people to solve these funky ass obtuse problems. and then you work together. It's about working together in some way. Most people don't want to do that because they just want to experience the offline Souls experience, which is literally me. But these games are no shit. Every single one of them not designed to be that way outside of like maybe like Sekiro. The whole point is that you're supposed to leave messages and assist and work together or pursue, you know, like that's the whole design philosophy behind this shit. So being like, oh, what about a Tarkov game, which is all about literally the same shit. It's all about like working together or not working together and getting out of there like with resources and stuff. It sounds sort of like it lines up.
So maps with a late modern feel, featuring elements like trains, as was briefly seen in the trailer. Our characters are a part of the Bloodsworn, a clan with superhuman abilities that have been gained through the power of special blood.
Chat, the Bloodborne hunters were directly inspired by Brotherhood of the Wolf, right? I saw that movie in theaters. Directly inspired by Brotherhood of the Wolf. This looks like The Crow, right? This looks like this guy's almost from The Crow. The movie's mid as shit, don't get me wrong. The movie's not that good. Looks like it's some Brandon Lee shit going on right here. I don't know. To me, wouldn't he be surprised if he has like white makeup on his face or some shit like that?
Akin to vampires in a general sense, but with more of a romantic focus on their actual bloodline.
No, Jesus Christ, chat, so many people. Hold on a second.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
The Crow, my dude. From the 90s? The Crow. The friggin' dude that died during the movie, The Crow. Not whatever the hell you were thinking, not the reboot, you know? Brandon Lee's literal final movie.
Their accumulated history, their inherited power, their fate, and what it means to surpass humanity. To some characters, apparently surpassing humanity means strapping a jetpack onto your back and zooming off into the sunset. To other characters, it's being able to ride a headless horse or jump over an entire city. You'll notice all of these player
big mobility
abilities seem to enable their traversal of the map, which are abilities that I'd wager will be really important in a game like this, where 8 of you are going to be fighting inside of what looks like a very large, intricate world. Some other character abilities we've seen are more combat-based, and they seem to...
Again, what's the thing that potentially doesn't have me on board with this? Fighting other humans, man. Fighting other humans. Like, I play fighting games and shit, dude. Where, like, the quality of the online combat, I've had, like, the best of it. And whenever I've tried to engage in any kind of Souls PvP, I'm like, this sucks. Even when the connection's good, I'm like, this kind of sucks. It's a little weird. So... yeah, having a game be built around the idea of you specifically being PvP in some way, it's less intrinsic and less exciting inherently than Night Rain, because Night Rain's about you teaming up with people and fighting mobs. So I'm like, oh, that's fine. That works fine. That has worked fine. Fighting other people online in Souls games is a little funky.
Match the aesthetics of the characters using them as well. That's important, I think. This young boy, for example, can levitate, and he has psychic abilities that allow him to lift nearby foes and slam them into the ground. And that matches his aesthetic.
It's not easy to get right, yeah.
Duskblood over here wields a saber and an assault rifle.
This guy's straight out of Bloodborne.
Pretty damn elegant
John
while
Duskblood.
he's floating and firing through the air. My point is that clearly...
guy literally has a gun and a sword. Like, he is John Duskborn.
All of these are preset characters that one can choose to play, and indeed Miyazaki confirms and expands on this point, pointing out that there are well over 10 named characters that you can choose from to play. He then elaborates, stating that while these are distinct characters, players can customize each character's blood history and fate to a certain extent.
That must be for abilities.
So you can tweak aspects of your character, like their abilities, their techniques, their appearance, their inner traits, their roles within the world.
But not their physical appearance, most likely, right? I think that's the whole point, is that's another thing that throws a lot of people off about Night Rain, even threw people off about Sekiro, is that you can't change their physical appearance very much, like the way they look.
Their relationships with other characters, apparently. There's one feature I find the most fascinating though, and that's the roles system. I think it's something that Miyazaki has been cooking up for a while. So, few people know about this article, but 2 years ago,
this is what I was
went
talking
on
about.
record expressing an interest in Escape from Tarkov, of all things. It's this brutal, high-stakes battle royale game where players are dropped into a hostile world that's filled with other scavengers, and you have to fight to survive and loot. And Miyazaki said he was interested in how the player themselves in games like this could be one of the resources for the gameplay.
Clearly inspired.
Now, with the addition of roles in the Duskbloods, I think we finally see what Miyazaki meant by players becoming a resource. So, basically, when you join a game in the Duskbloods, the system will assign you a special role or mission, which Miyazaki says can create unique relationships between players. So a player with the destined rival role, for example, will have another player marked as their rival, and so defeating them will become a personal objective for you.
Like a contract.
Another example would be the fated companion role, where a player can seek out the one marked as their companion in return for special rewards. Apparently, roles like this can be set through the same bloodline customization we mentioned earlier, and Miyazaki likes this because it allows players to engage in literal role-playing with their character.
Yeah, this is emergent gameplay shit, right? This is the whole point of the reason why these games act the way they do, is so that your interactions and the way you play each round, each run, whatever the hell they're going to call it, is not the same. And in fact, you'll try to get the familiarity, you'll try to be familiar with it. But the whole point is that there's wrenches thrown into the mix constantly to make sure that your game plan is sort of like disrupted, and you have to sort of like come up with a new plan. You know, that's fun. That's always fun to do that.
Which he thinks will add a layer of drama to the gameplay. That's a pretty original idea. I like it. So, while the basic goal is, somewhat predictably, to be the sole survivor in your pool of 8 other players, your victory condition can change. Defeating a formidable boss can become the victory condition as well, for example. Apparently, it's even possible to win a game by avoiding direct combat and earning enough victory points. Clearly, while this is a PvP game, you don't need to be a PvP god to succeed.
Yeah, so that's fascinating. If they make a game that has it, but you don't have to engage it in that way, it seems like a very streamery game. I was thinking the exact same thing, dude. Because if it is extraction based, like the whole point is for you, the rat mode, yeah, rat mode. This is going to be the kind of game that's going to make me want to engage, though, right? Like, I'm really wondering how, mechanically speaking, this shit will work, because typically the way FromSoft games sort of like operate sort of revolve around pretty kind of precise timing of how shit works, and that stuff is very delayed, man. Like those engagements, and even like when Elden Ring connections are good and stuff, it's like you're going for backstabs and shit and doing the animations, and they're just jumping out of it, and it's like, this is weird looking, dude. I don't get it. So to me, it's like, I wonder if the engagements are going to be revolved completely around that, like very pinpoint, precise timing shit, because their net play just doesn't support it.
I think that's an important point. It's also worth pointing out that Miyazaki says every character has some means of attacking distant targets, which is a distinguishing feature
That's different
compared to their other titles. They've also included partner-like entities that each player can summon, not unlike the Spirit Ash summons in Elden Ring that help you with
They look more unique,
difficult
though.
PvE encounters. And remember, there are going to be PvE encounters in this game as well. Unlike Night Rain, which seems to be drawing really heavily from pre-existing enemies and models and animations, everything we've seen in this so far seems to be very unique and very original.
I mean, it's unique and original as much as it is Bloodborne is unique and original. You know, like there's just a lot of visual shit going on here. Like Mr. Big Dog Guy with a giant amount of, like, you know, wolf-like hair all over the place, wielding a weapon. I mean, dude, it's literally just a Bloodborne boss. Like, what are we talking about here? I don't. It's the cleric beast, but he's like more bipedal. I don't get it, dude.
Unique and very original.
Blide,
so
that too.
When you die against these enemies, or defeat the main boss, or achieve
Blide
your
was an
victory
actual
condition,
dog.
or fail your victory condition, whatever that is, you'll return to your base. A hub world, like the Hunter's Dream, for example, where players will receive rewards from their previous run, and then can use those rewards to further customize their characters.
Okay, so if it's the same shit with Night Rain, if this shit works, it's going to be addictive as fuck. If they, and I almost like, I trust Miyazaki. Like, I think I inherently just give him the benefit of the doubt way more often than I will in general. Night Rain was something that seemed a little weird. And then you don't really get it in the first couple of matches, but the first few matches later, it kind of clicks and it's like, oh yeah, well, I clearly don't want to play the same map over and over again, but it clicked. There was a moment where it's like, ooh, we're getting some cool stuff out of this and we're actually getting stronger. Yeah, by the end of it, by the beginning of it, I'm like, this sort of sucks. And then by the end of it, I was like, this is kind of awesome. So it had a growth period. If this immediately has not that growth period, if this immediately has like, oh, I get it in like the first round or two, and it does engage in that way, then it's like, all right.
In this place, Miyazaki specifies that this winged rat actually serves a role that's similar to the Firekeepers in Dark Souls. Voiced as an elderly gentleman, this rat offers guidance and advice to the protagonist. In the interview, Miyazaki brings up this rat as a instance where they tried to incorporate a touch of Nintendo's charm into the game.
What? No, Miyazaki's not the director of Night Rain. He's like, I think, an overall producer or something, executive producer. What? Nintendo charm?
Which I feel you can definitely see in some of the more fantastical elements.
Considering the technical issues of FromSoft games, are you a little worried that it might be rough? My dude, I've played Bloodborne countless times. I've beaten Bloodborne almost more than I've beaten any game I've ever played. And the game runs at like 25 fucking frames per second on PS4. If the game's like legit fun, then they're good. You're good. If it's fun, they're good. A really good game will shine through bad technical issues. Like that has proven to be true. Ocarina of Time exists. So I think if their conceptual here is, if it is that powerful enough to make an entire game that is this way, then yeah, dude, like the good game will shine through, you know? But it will just be, the hope is that it doesn't stay in that shit state forever. We don't want it to be this way forever. We want it to eventually get, you know, a proper amount of comeuppance and get a proper version that makes it better over time or some shit, you know?
Though clearly they're still going for a disturbing vibe with this game. This smiling toad will haunt my dreams tonight. To
be honest, outside of like technical performance, which is something that FromSoft isn't notoriously great at, the other thing that I'm most concerned about outside of frog tits here is the netcode, the online. Like how much will the online have an impact on everything? Yo, Moonflare, thanks for the 5 gift subs, dude. how much will the online have an impact on PvP and that kind of stuff? Because it has not been great in the past, especially for a game that's focused on it.
This smiling toad will haunt my dreams tonight. Oh, and it wouldn't be a 3-minute FromSoftware trailer without me overanalyzing the lore, would
Yeah,
it?
this isn't how... There's already a lot of Bloodborne-isms in here. Because vampires were already a thing that was in Bloodborne. Like, Canehurst exists, you know? So,
in the intro, a woman lays slumped, same as the man, who, you'll note, still clasps a bottle in one hand. It's one of many strewn around the room. Then the woman raises a trembling hand.
I like it how, just based on the first 2 shots and the lingering hand and shit, and I'm like, this is some Miyazaki artistic horse shit. Like, immediately. I'm like, this is FromSoft shit. Here we go. I could tell by just the first 2 shots and how long the shots linger that, oh, this is some FromSoft shit. Get ready. You don't even need to see anything else. It's just like the way they direct their scenes. Like, the feel is there immediately. It's like, oh, is this Castlevania? No, this is not Castlevania, dude. This is... And as soon as the characters started talking, the girl started talking, it was like, oh, it's FromSoft, 100%. Here we go. Well, I don't know what we're looking at, but here we go.
I give you my blood. I give you my life.
The mark she leaves behind is a
Dude. Is she also wearing a red dress? I mean, I'm just gonna say it. It's very Ariana-like already. Copium, dude, literally red dress. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm just saying, like, it's not that it is that different. It's not that it's that different. She literally gives you blood.
wheel, and with this final act, she dies.
Turn, O wheel. And
Not saying it is
transport him
Ariana. I'm saying that's intentional.
to a night of moonlight,
That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that's intentional.
to humanity's very dusk.
Now, I assume, we're transported to humanity's twilight, a time when the era of humans is coming to an end. Later in the trailer, we're addressed as the bearer of the blood that the woman gave us in the beginning.
I pray that you are able,
It's not Bloodborne. Yep.
carrier of blood.
And this next narrator doesn't think that we have much longer in this place.
Close your eyes and contemplate now the moon.
Yeah, there's a time limit. That's all it's getting. I'm getting out of this is that it is a time limit.
As befits the soon to depart.
Yeah,
Because
you
only
can't live
one
here for
in
very
this
long.
arena can come out on top.
Yeah.
According to the interview, we're engaged in a conflict over an entity known as the First Blood.
The moon tears will flow for one, and one alone.
Okay, I wasn't sure what to think of this game, but this new interview does have me excited. If nothing else, though, I'm excited to help bring the lore of all of these characters to you guys come release.
The only
That said,
problem with the
while I am
lore is that if you're
excited-
going to pick up shit and you're going to have to read it, you're going to have to do it on borrowed time. You know, if that there is lore to be found in here, but my dude, you're going to be like in a map where people are going to be trying to rip your balls off as a resource. it's a bit different than like, oh, I'm just thinking about what's going on here. Ah! Like, you know, getting destroyed by some rando.
I'd like to try and talk a little bit more objectively about what this game represents, because I think it will represent very different things to FromSoftware, to Nintendo, and to the average consumer as well. I think that to FromSoftware, this game represents an opportunity to experiment. As stated in the interview, Miyazaki wants to make clear that this does not represent a shift in...
I don't get the impression that this is just what they're going to do from this point forward, especially considering the last 2 games now of theirs are like multiplayer endeavors, specifically multiplayer endeavors. But dude, they've been making these style of games since Demon's Souls for the most part. And I get it, Armored Core is probably the biggest deviant of that, but still, like, we have all these devs doing kind of the exact same shit for a very long time and just making the next one a bit different, a bit better, like all that kind of stuff. So, I don't know. It's more like, I think they would like the room to try to do something different, a little bit different creatively. All we're going to get now is a joint collaboration. We're going to get, yes, you nailed it, Cookies and Cream 2. We're going to get something very different. Cookies and Cream 2, a Miyazaki experience.
Focus for FromSoftware. This is a multiplayer game, so is Night Rain, but they intend to continue actively creating single-player focused games like Elden Ring. That's still the goal. That's still what they're about. But we all know that every big single-player game that FromSoft makes, whether it's Elden Ring or Dark Souls or Bloodborne, every iteration on that Souls formula has a piece of the DNA from the games that came before it. So while this isn't the big single-player announcement that everyone was hoping for, that will inevitably come. And when it does, I bet that we're going to start seeing the DNA of the Duskbloods and the DNA of Night Rain appearing in that game as well. FromSoft's main games are really additive. They incorporate so much from what they've learned previously. That is what they
never backtread, you know? Like we're watching that sort of happen right now with like Doom, and we still don't know because we haven't played a ton of it, but like Doom is moving in a different direction than obviously more forward, you know? So that is true. Like almost every single game after Bloodborne, Dark Souls 3 was very much inspired by Bloodborne, and then the future games beyond it to all the way to like Elden Ring. Elden Ring is pretty much the culmination of everything. So, you know, New Doom looks great. It does, but it is obviously going for something different. It's going for something that is not the same as what Doom 1 was and Doom 2 or Doom Eternal. But that's the opposite, you know?
Because personally, I'm someone who's always loved multiplayer in FromSoft games. I love the adrenaline that comes from being invaded and invading other people, and I love the co-op experience that's come from the PC multiplayer mods that Luke Huey has developed.
That stuff's probably great. I don't, you know? To be real, I feel like the multiplayer distracts me from the game design in FromSoft games. And that's a very much, I know that is an unpopular opinion because these are, for the majority of people that play Souls games, they engage with them like they're multiplayer Call of Duties, you know? Like the amount of people that play them in this way to show off their crazy build to go beat up people and shit. Like, no kidding. Like, these are quite literally big Call of Duty releases in terms of multiplayer and scale. And that is just not me at all, because so much of the game is just like watching and listening and learning and figuring out what the devs have set up for us in this like world, which is why the multiplayer is still an option, which is why you cannot only go to an exclusive online mode. It's online or offline, you know? So anyway, that's why I'm curious about this, but also like slightly hesitant of a game that is strictly multiplayer focused.
That said, the PvP and co-op experiences of FromSoft games,
they suck,
has always felt a little bit half-baked.
Yeah.
So I'm really glad that they're taking the chance to really learn how to make a good multiplayer.
Yeah. Take the dissected eye from the man, place it in your butthole, count back from 10 during a full moon, and you can now play co-op.
Play a game with the Duskbloods and Night Rain, because I think their future work will benefit from it. This game in particular isn't going to have the widespread appeal that Elden Ring or even Night Rain has. It can't. It's a console exclusive, but I bet there's a creative freedom in that for FromSoftware. Not to mention a financial freedom as well.
Dude, you got to imagine. Here's my complete theoretical idea of what happened here. FromSoft is like, hey, we want to do Bloodborne 2 or something Bloodborne again. And that officiating era of Sony, which we're currently living through, you know, the fallout of, was like, no, how about you do this instead, right? How about, no, we're not looking for that. How about you give us this? And they're like, well, that didn't work out. Nintendo, listen, we want to do this really specific kind of like multiplayer game, right? Would you be cool with it? Nintendo's like, okay, yeah, sure. Whatever. Wait, can you put it on our new system? Yeah, okay. Whatever you want. Like they're probably like, you guys can do whatever you want if you make it exclusive, dude. Whatever the hell you want. Sure. Just whatever you want it to be, you do it. If it's only on our system, whatever. Yeah, bro, go ahead. We'll work with you. Here's all this money and shit. Like that probably feels like what happened in terms of the freedom of making a weird ass game like this, because they were likely fighting back in the form of, hey, we want a PvPvE extraction game. We don't know yet, but let's just say we want a PvPvE extraction game without any of the crazy additive, monetization bullshit that could potentially come with that genre. Again, we don't know if this game has that or not. We don't know. It very well could, but it would be extremely non-FromSoft like if that did happen. You know, just speaking frankly, it would make more sense if this is a full-priced multiplayer game in some way, and there's no extra bells and whistles that you can attach or detach to it, right? That's the exact opposite of what Sony would want. They would want a game that you could pay for and then also have all the attachment to, right? The game that would not just come out and be supported for a little while. No. We want a game that would come out and be supported for the next decade. You have to be ready to support it for the next decade, because it's going to be a service that you're going to be providing, and you're going to be working on this until you're 90. Like that kind of shit, you know? So to me, there was probably a pretty big disconnect in terms of they would have kept it on PlayStation because they already have that relationship. But Nintendo was like, no, we'll let you do whatever you want. And if you just give it to us, you get even more freedom. You can do whatever you want. That's my complete theoretical idea of what brought us to a Bloodborne-like on a Nintendo system.
Nintendo is helping to fund this game. So yeah, that probably helps a bit for them as well. As for how Nintendo benefits, well, getting an exclusive FromSoftware game is a great way for them.
And if it has all the bonus DLC and battle passes and all that horse shit,
passionate fans
to monetize the shit out of you way beyond the initial asking price, then I'm just completely wrong.
People also see Nintendo consoles as very
Jim Ryan was the hero we all deserve.
But a good dose of gothic horror ought to fix that. And since the Duskbloods is a multiplayer game, it's also a way for Nintendo to say, hey look, the Switch has a big multiplayer focus this time around, and I bet that has a lot of value to them. Now, most importantly, how does all of this benefit the consumer? And see, that's the really cool thing. It doesn't. You lose. I was always going to buy a Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh yeah.
I have a young child.
If he's getting into the Switchness of it.
I like enough Nintendo games to justify it. It's a decent investment, but I know a lot of FromSoftware fans weren't getting this console, and now, if they want to play this new FromSoftware title, they have to justify the purchase of an expensive console. Not to mention a monthly subscription to Nintendo.
This is everybody with console exclusives. This is the same conversation I had with people in 2013 when Killer Instinct was only coming out on the Xbox. This is near the exact same conversation.
Online. Not to mention having to buy games that have now somehow become even more expensive.
Yup.
None of this is good for the average consumer. The only comfort is that this isn't going to be the next big new single-player experience that FromSoftware are known for. So, for many FromSoft fans, missing the Duskbloods likely isn't that big of a deal. And that's still a shame. The only consumer positive thing I can think of right now is that this game might not exist at all without Nintendo paying for exclusive rights.
And that is the difference. Exclusivity sucks. Nobody wants it to be this way. But just like Bayonetta 2, it is either game that's exclusive or no game. And to me, obviously, anybody with a sound mind is going to choose like game. Yeah, of course, it's nice that it exists in some way, even though it's not on the system that you want. This is like people getting this is the same energy of people getting really pissed off that Final Fantasy is no longer on PlayStation. You know, it's the same kind of shit where it's like, no, this needs to be exclusive just for me or on the thing that I have. You know, it can only be for me, you know?
And if it's an excellent game, well, then people will give Nintendo and FromSoft a lot of grace for that. There's a lot of negativity surrounding the game right now, but watch all of that change if it's an excellent game. I mean, look at Bloodborne. That's a masterpiece, and so not that many people get mad about it being a console exclusive, when they really should.
No, that's not true. No, that is not true. In fact, it is arguably the number one thing that everyone is upset about, that Bloodborne is still stuck on a PS4. That is, it's in fact the antithesis of that people are big mad that it's only on this ancient system and it's never been enhanced or upgraded or ported or anything. What the hell, dude?
Sony gets a lot of goodwill for having helped bring
and it's the fact that it is so good that it's insane that it's still stuck to this ancient ass hardware.
This work of art into existence, though they've been squandering it recently. But that's another topic entirely. Speaking of other topics, there's an updated version of Elden Ring coming to the Nintendo Switch.
All right. Elden Ring and switching. Yeah. All right. Thanks for Vadi for the summary. Either way, I'm still anticipating it, right? I'm still excited. It's a while out, dude. Like, we're thinking, oh man, Donkey Kong is like a month or something away from the launch. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Donkey Kong, but dude, this shit is like years. This shit is quite a bit of time from being released. So it's one of those games where, okay, well, I'm just going to ignore that it exists for a little while. I am just going to put it on the back burner. There's plenty of other things that are happening. It's 2026. It's possibly not going to launch that year. I would not be surprised if it doesn't even make its release date that year. So we'll see, you know, we shall see. Chat, do you see release date and really think the game's coming out that year? That happens half the time, my dude. Half the time. Chat, do you remember the first time you saw Elden Ring trailers? Tell me. Do you remember the first time you did? Do you? Half the time, at best, do games actually come out on their predicted release dates. Yeah, it was 2019. It took them nearly like 3 to 4 ash years. Ash years. Nintendo is different. They are. It's not a first party Nintendo game, dude. It's a published Nintendo game. These ashen years. Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Anyway, I'm excited for it. Metroid Prime, yes. A lot of people are like, but Max, this is Nintendo though. So who pre-ordered Metroid Prime 4 in like 2016 or some shit? Or 2017? This is Nintendo, chat. Who pre-ordered Metroid Prime 4 in like 2017? Who pre-ordered potentially a Breath of the Wild 2 for that game to eventually be mostly a very similar game to come out 7-something years later? Who pre-ordered the follow-up Mario game to the near launch window Mario Odyssey to hope for their follow-up Mario game to... Oh, actually, there is none. No shit. Oh, there's 3D Mario games. Now we're just getting 2D ones. Okay. All right. Shit takes a while, bro. Shit takes a long time. Donkey Kong is the follow-up. You're not wrong. Like, to be honest, you're really not wrong. Donkey Kong is legit the spiritual follow-up to Mario Odyssey. And I'm for it. That game looks amazing. That game looks amazing. Did I see the animated Predator movie trailer? I did, and we can't watch it because it's a Hulu trailer, and they'll copyright the shit out of you. So it looks nice. That's all I'll say is that it looks nice. I will watch that. That is something where the trailer intrinsically got me interested. It didn't look bad, so I will watch that Predator crazy horse shit when it does eventually drop. Ooh, banana. Heard of Street Fighter 6 Season 3 leaks. We don't talk about stuff that's not true. Here, we need to test some shit really quick, chat. Really quick. I'll open up a lobby. Really quick. You need to tell me how this shit looks. Here. Let's use this as a quick example, and then we'll also try Tekken. I'm gonna use this as a quick example. And do CPU versus CPU. You tell me how this shit looks. Tell me how this looks. I don't have the muscle memory for KI right now, but I at least want you guys to tell me the visual acuity of said game. Hold up. Hold up. Grab it. Okay, there we go. Tell me. This goddamn game, though. Goddamn dinosaur. Dinosaur versus vampire chick. On the spooky stage. Best roster. Yoshi look angry. There needs to be like a white belly and a green skin. I think there might be. Let's just take a look. They both jump in the middle. Jesus. Looking good so far. How does it look on 1440p on YouTube? Is it looking pretty? I'm getting a lot of people saying it's good on Twitch. Carnitas, I didn't summon you. Not a KI day yet. I think, Carnitas, I think I'm gonna play Idol. I think I want to play a crazy character, right? When I eventually come back to this, I think I want to try to learn Idol. I last played him when he was like a launch Idol with jumping HK, or sorry, jumping HP. He's turned into a lot more than that. Tusk is still cool. Fulgor I'm not as interested in playing anymore. Just because all my muscle memory is now gone. Is YouTube looking way better? Cool. That's good. This is the test for VF on Saturday. This is just a quality test in general. I was messing around with this for 4 hours today. What's wrong with Fulgor? They kind of cut off his legs. And the anniversary edition update, he's a very different character. Yeah, the bitrate can only get so good on Twitch, chat. Just play Jago and Heavy DP. Yeah, but Jago's kind of basic. Idol stupid fun. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. First test, looking perfectly fine on YouTube. That's good. Let's get one more test. best. The best. Let's get the 2 undead characters. I think I have some crazy ass... Yeah, I got some crazy ass colors in here. Still have to unlock that? Damn, bro. We're at the PC version. This game still looks stupid good. Looks stupid good, dude. It's so crispy looking, too. It's crazy no one has one-up Hisako yet. Dude, in the hidden ones, they're trying. In that one game, or based on the anime and stuff, there's a character in there that is very much Hisako-like. God, the announcer in this game is awesome. The problem with KI is that it does so many things so well that it's impossible to make a sequel, is my personal take. It's impossible to make a sequel to this game and have it be what people want. Almost impossible. This game is really aggressive, but it also has extremely powerful defensive mechanics. They did too much stuff, like... Too many things were done too well. I can't believe how fast this game is, dude. Like, I still can't believe it. They don't really make fighting games this quick anymore. But I will say, sometimes I haven't watched, I don't watch Tekken 8 for a little bit of time, and I watch Tekken 8, and I feel like the YouTube video is on like 1.5 speed, and then I realize it's not. And I'm like, fuck, yeah, this game is actually that quick. Tekken 8 is fast as fuck, dude. Looking good?
Supreme victory.
Looking good? All right, that was a good test. Let's go open up a lobby. Try Tekken, which always gives me issues for some reason. Play a few matches. Needs a rematch. Hisako lost. Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters and BlazBlue are crazy fast, but those are kind of like older games now, you know, all things considered. Oh, we're definitely gonna have KI streams in the near future. Don't worry. Do not worry. I'm just testing out. I'm not seeing any criticisms of the visuals, which is exactly what I am looking for. Exactly. It's the input I am looking for. Back to Tekken. Always back to Tekken. You know? I still feel like I'm trying to catch up to Season 1. When you want to learn Idle, let you know you got some fun stuff. Cool. Yeah, I would love to. Need some Lars tips for the new season. I mean, I'm pretty much utilizing everything. I'm sitting here watching, you know, I'm watching Mob, is the name LMG? I'm watching several of the Lars players played, Kaizoku. I'm watching a lot of them. Oh, black screen. My bad. I actually have to change the chat. Hold on. Okay, yeah, because I have to change this on the capture. Yeah, I just been looking at what those guys are doing. And I'm doing all the right shit outside of dropping my combos. I know which combos I should be doing, but I just don't have the execution for them all yet. Mostly is like, I'm seeing a whole bunch of game familiarity, right? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a lot of people that are just very good at the game and have a lot of matchup knowledge. Okay. Not Triana, no, definitely don't. Tekken isn't a series where I like playing the majority of characters in the roster. I do not. I do not engage with the majority of characters in Tekken's roster at all. In fact, this game, I've played more characters than I have any Tekken game in a very long time. No eyes.
No ears.
Are we... Did I private it? Damn it, hold on a second. Go back out. Ah, there we go. Pass down here. By the way, thank you, Hoochie Panda, Jiren, Kramen91, Okarim the Hermit, Cyborg Ed, Yo Video Game, Taylor Made, KYH, thanks for the 20 bucks, man. If you read the Dustblood blog, apparently the game was originally planned for Switch 1, then Nintendo asked to move it to Switch 2 as an exclusive, so it was being made a while ago. Holy shit. Maverick Hero, Abstract Endurance, thank you. Cyril Media, Mr. Mamado, Sokochi, Super Saiyan Marcus, RBTMJ, Zero Soul, Moon Flare. I'm not feeling this title screen. That also, right? Not feeling this title screen that much. This music. Not feeling it. Seems okay. Not like God tier.
Get ready for the next battle.
Press a button or two. Damn, that's a high ass Tekken power. Shit.
Come and get some. I dare you.
Round one.
Shit.
Fight.
Nice. Shit. Did I set up the wrong side? Where's Law weak to? You're... Ah! Wrong thing.
Round two. Fight.
Shit. Right, tracking. I gotta stop sidestepping, bro. Oh god! Cool. Nice. Good patience. Holy shit. It's kind of fun. I'm playing neutral with this guy.
Round three. Fight.
Having a good time.
Fight.
Damn, that was a great call. It was a Tekken-ass Tekken interaction. You gonna blow the wall? Oh my god, ow. Good punish. I did Rage Art too. Good shit. Yeah, the dude's hit sparks are the 30th anniversary logo. I just realized. Chat, I think I've come to the also definitive conclusion. Hit sparks low, and it's the antithesis of what I've ever felt in like a Tekken game. But hit sparks on lowest might be the answer. I think it might actually help the visual clarity of the game. Cool. Nice! Damn it. Eye crushes. This is a fun set. Crazy shit! Cool. Shit. Oh, that wall splatted from forever. Good bit.
Round 3. Fight.
Woo. Damn, is he always plus? I'm not using this shit enough. Good shit, good shit. Good defense, too. These feel good, man.
Round 4. Fight.
Wow, I just stopped blocking for some reason. Oh, smart shit, dude. I cracked hard. Super smart. Holy shit. Yeah, Den 3 down, Den 1 2's a combo now. Definite frame dropping. Okay. How you guys seeing on the YouTube end? Fat ass frame drops or some frame drops?
Round 1. Fight.
Woo! That's what I want. Oh shit. If you can, clip it for me. Clip it for me and send a mod. Ah, I tried to block.
Round 2. Fight.
Man. Don't need to respect this shit at all, do you? Jesus, good shit. Ooh, that broke heat engage?
Round 3. Fight.
People just play this game too much, right? You've seen every option. Crunch. crunch.
Round 4. Fight.
Oh, damn. Counter hit. That's so much goddamn damage for a basic ass lock combo. Jesus, dude.
Final round.
Tell me about it. That whiffed. My linear ass. Got him. The basic. Yeah, if you guys are seeing a bunch of frame drops, do me a favor and, what's it called? Do me a favor and just flip them. I just want to see.
Round 1. Fight.
Cool. Oof. Damn it! I did the wrong combo. Did the wrong goddamn combo. It was the win. Oh! No! That was also heat rushable. Oof. Messed up.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, good shit. Nice, damn. Go for that stomp too much. Way too much. Lobby lawing.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh. Nah.
Round 2. Fight.
Nah. Okay, play simple.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, I pressed the button. Keep forgetting about my down forward 113 options. Oh! Shit. Damn, dude, I sidewalked hard too. Holy crap, I want a replay of that. Jesus, I sidewalked so hard. Cool. Damn, that was such a good call. Call.
Final round. Fight.
There we go. Feeling it out. It's been pretty fun to play neutral with this guy on this one. How are we talking on drops, chat? Are we looking smooth 60 or no 60?
Round one. Fight.
Okay.
Round two. Fight.
Oh my god damn. Whoa, that was a great launcher. I was just thinking of up forward 3. Good shit. Man, are you ready for it? I'm being way too predictable. I didn't press it early enough.
Round three. Fight.
Wolf. Damn it! I need to take my frames in a different way there. That's right, that's right, that's right.
Round four. Fight.
Holy shit. Ah, good shit. I was expecting a 1-4, like a high-low. Okay, one more, Devin. Let's go to 5. Damn, warming up. Pull crouch down forward 1-2. Thank you. No fucking way. I'm keep getting hit by that. Good shit. Bad spacing. Man, am I severely misjudging my 3+4? Severely. Oh! He has to be sidestep right. Oh, that natural? It was.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh, wow. Such a big guess. Oh, shit! Crazy good block, man. Crazy good block. Crazy good block. Good shit. Yeah, it's already caught the sidestep 3-4 in midair. Didn't make any sense. Sidestep 2 when you're in heat? You do, but it takes up all your heat. It's good, but only every once in a while. Good games, dude. Chat, shoot me the, does anybody got clips? Jesus, dude. Tell me about it. That whiffed. There was a little bit there. Oof. Yeah, I definitely saw that. Weird. Okay. Weird. I definitely saw that. It was witnessed. It was witnessed. Not good. Not happy about it. Not happy about that shit, bro. Ain't happy about it. Drop has been witnessed, yeah. But I ain't happy.
Get ready for the next battle.
I might switch some shit around before we fight some more, just to get an example. Yo, what's up, Fee? Snap out of it, Jin. What the hell's wrong with you, bro?
Round 1. Fight.
Ah!
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Hey-ya! Whoa! 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 Wow! You hit a button. Did not hit a button. No buttons were hit.
Round 4. Fight.
Damn. Damn. I mean, both sides up in the same direction. Oh no! That's a fatty mid.
Final round. Fight.
Well, I don't know any combos. Excuse me. I actually don't know any goddamn combos. Oh no. I got the hit. It should have been the win. Oh dear. Oh! Tell me Devil Jin gets low health like Akuma or some shit, right? Is that how this works? Damn! God damn! No! Ah! Devil Jin has 150 or some shit?
Round 1. Fight.
Whoa! Ah! Wall, save me now. Is it gonna save me or what? Oh shit! Well, that sort of worked. Today, there's money everywhere.
Round 2. Fight.
God damn it.
Round 3. Fight.
Wow! Why am I negative here? Damn it! Why am I negative on this activation? It hit him. Not an ideal trade. Okay, keeps taking a lot of turns. Whoa! Whoa! That's right. Dude, that's such a big friggin' mid. Okay. Goddamn music does so much for me. Yo, what's up, Kaizoku? I've seen 2 or 3 Lars heads already. Let's go! Shit. Oh no. This is a good call. It's eventually going to lead to this 50-50.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh shit, ow. He's getting clawed at. Nice! Wall rising 4 was a really good call.
Round 3. Fight.
I keep walking in the wrong direction against Devil-Jin. I think it's the opposite. Sidestep right. Ay, I tried to run. I pressed the wrong button.
Round 4. Fight.
Tia. Damn, was he just Mega Plus after all this shit? Oh no, I don't know what to do. Okay, damn it. Sidestep right. Jin is sidestep right, including double jump form. Okay, okay. Sure feels that way.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh, that's right, he gets big combos in heat mode. Sprayer.
Round 2. Fight.
He's escaped my web of destruction. Crap. The sidestep.
Round 3. Fight.
Ah! Good call. Let's go for the easy shit. Why? That's what I get for going for the old combo, dude. Why?
Round 4. Fight.
Call. Can I get a skip, motherfucker? When in doubt, 111. 111 only really comes after a frame trap. At least from me. It only comes after a moment where if they have to do like a wall rising or some shit, they're gonna wake up into it. That's new. Oh, I'm a dead? I'm a dead? Felt like I was winning. Man, can I get the fuck up? Dude, I was just trying to wake up. Oh no. Shit.
Round 3. Fight.
Thing's whiffing. Oh my god. Whee! I died from this. Sucks. I keep doing the wrong corner combo. Right? I don't think I get anything else but a stand 1 and then down 3 after. Down 3-1. Keep trying to push it, but it would have killed in that situation. Keep trying to figure out if I can get more. I think I've seen people do more, so I'm just trying it.
Round 1. Fight.
Everything just wall splats now. Oh no. God, that's right. Through 2-hit tornado, you can do down forward. Ah, I see. I see, after 2-hit. Forgetting I have this, man. I keep forgetting to activate heat. No shit. I keep literally forgetting I have it. What the hell? This is a command grab? This is a command grab? Whoa. Dude, why? Shit is just whiffing? And how? Oh my god, my back turned ass. My back turned ass, dude. I am definitely holding back. What? What? Neutral back, too. What? High unblockable. Oh, what the fuck?
Round one. Fight.
Okay. Oof. Okay. Jin's evasive. Oh my god, I'm just trying to get up there. That sucks. Whoa, whoa, he turns around in mid-air? He turns around? Oh no. Turns around? Ow. Oh, wall splats. Oh, Jesus, bro. Oh, man. Okay, okay. I need to learn how to steal some turns back. Okay. Why the fuck did my combos not work? I'm guessing that is a mid-high. Diffusable string. Oh. Oh my god, that didn't actually work for him? Wow. I was trying to like whiff punish it.
Final round. Fight.
Dude! Oh, I'm like seeing it coming and I'm trying to do something that'll avoid it. I guess down forward 1 doesn't track that way. My punish, though. My punish, though. What about my punish, though? Okay. All right. Chat, how is... Down forward 1 has no tracking. Okay, I thought down forward 1 did. My punish though. I was really like ready. I was like, here it comes. Here comes this sidestep fucking move. I'm gonna punish the shit. Oh shit.
Lars Alexanderson.
Might go back to the old way of capture. We're still getting big chunky frame drops all over the place, chat. Big chunky. Internet fried. Sorry, Heath. Tell me this new move that he's got is easily punishable, right? Virgil Clive? Holy shit. The relaunch. Okay, that's why Clive does shit. Good shit. That was a big punish too.
Round 3. Fight.
Oh no. Shrink, 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 shrink.
Round 4. Fight.
Ah! Good shit. Let's try to... Oh, that broke my shit.
Final round. Fight.
Man, oof. Goofy. Very goofy.
You win.
I need something that prevents my opponent from with like
Round 1.
hold block for the next 90 seconds. You know, that's what I need.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh!
To business.
Oh, this leads to big combo. Oh, shit. What? Oh, I actually broke through the frame trap.
Round 3. Fight.
So shitty. So shitty. Only works if you wake up. It only works if you wake up. Does it feel good? Hey man, you can get out of that. That is not season 2 crazy horse shit. That is knowledge check. It's just a knowledge check. Me. Fuck me.
The only fantasy here is yours.
Okay. Things are happening.
Round 2. Fight.
What?
Round 3. Fight.
Holy shit, I am back turned. Okay. This ends now. 1+2 is a good power crush when you get off me, but it's risky. Oh, I mean, it's always been that way. Lars's power crush kind of sucks. It's not particularly good.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Good guess. Oh! Roll off wall rising attack is so good. That would be a wall crush if I blocked any other direction. Bait the jab.
Round 4. Fight.
Wow! Big sheet.
You win.
Titan. Play the Wilds update? Yes. The video just went up on YouTube today, actually. Do we got any other funky frames, chat? Is it just looking bad? Looking good, looking bad?
Round one. Fight.
Oof. But just a jab, though.
Round two. Fight.
Why do I always get hit by this shit? I'll always get hit by it. I think counter got stuffed.
Round three. Fight.
Torgal! Try to get him on some timing. Fucking shit! Oof. And I went for the wrong punish too. It should have just been Wall Rising 4, because it would have gotten the kill either way. Alright, good games, dude. Chat, how are we looking on capture? Has there been any as much funk as there was before? No, really. We can acknowledge that those moments before had some pretty big funk, right? Not really, okay. I'll have to review it. Yeah, I know it's the same thing, Ice Red. Happens like it'll drop a bunch and then be fine. Then drop a bunch and then be fine. Ice Red, so what, you were saying that Sunshine Moonlight was the best way? What do you do on the capture for OBS for Sunshine Moonlight? Do you just do window capture or some shit? Because I tried that and I still was seeing frame drops out like crazy. Oh, she's for you too. It's small, dude. I'll see, like, I'll be watching a video and I'm like, oh, what just happened? And I'll see it held 3 frames. 3 random occurring frames, and that'll bug me. And I'm like, I want 60 unique frames, you piece of shit. I demand it. So, that's what we're talking about, is that, like, sometimes I'm just getting duplicated frames. It's minor shit like that that bugs the shit out of me.
Round one. Fight.
Scott! Just realized, Scott! Can happen, dude. Okay.
Round two. Fight.
Oof. Tool. Tool. Optic ass.
Round
Could have swore. Stop it. Oof. Let's get it by Dorias. Where's my hit button? I'm shocked. Not this time. Going for a button.
Round one. Fight.
Ah, I thought that would punish. This guy's playing the 50-50 mad hard. Wall save me now. Wall save me now.
Round two. Fight.
Taking a lot of turns? Okay. Whoa! Whoa! It wasn't even a hop kick. Oh shit! Low mid.
Round three. Fight.
Oh, I tried to backdash whip punish it. Shit. Too low. Oh no. Ah, get up kick again? Not even the low one? Ah! Itushi. Oh no.
Final round. Fight.
Ooh, ooh. Take some turns. Take some turns back.
Round one. Fight.
Gee, just a little bit of weight. Just a little bit to wait. Hey, oh, hey, hey, hey. That picked the worst time. Good punish. And everyone's punishing Lars like they've been playing the game for 6 years. Oh, the one time I tried to get the hop kick. Oh my god, my glorious 1-1-1. Ay, 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 ay.
Round four. Fight.
Oh no! Supposed to high crush too.
Final round. Fight.
Oh no! Big stagger strings. Good shit. Explosives. Good call. Good call. Yeah, it's crazy how much Kaz rides the 50-50, you know? Like, so much. So much of the game plan is just hell sweep or not.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Oh. The best thing he could have done there. To the
Round three. Fight.
Then he saw a wall running attack and decided to go low. Shocked. My plus frames though. But my plus frames though. Nice spacing. I haven't seen this throw in a while. They don't respect it. Why not?
Round one. Fight.
Wow! Fudge.
Round two. Fight.
Whoa, Kudari. Oh no! Is that gonna go in his favor? Ah, shit, I thought I was actually being hit by it.
Round three. Fight.
Gotta check him. Is that a natural? That's not a counter hit combo, is it, Chad? What the fuck? I had a funny feeling. Hit it while standing 2 out of wave dash. I see it, so it's his wall rising, wall standing attack. It gets a big crumple. Okay. I thought it was like a wall crouching. I thought it was like what I had.
Round one. Fight.
Oh! Yeah.
Round two. Fight.
Sidestep. Oh shit. Fudge, man! I wanted out thinking 2 steps ahead instead of 3. Ah, that's what I get.
Round three. Fight.
An idiot. Crunch. Animal control on that one. It's just direct to your capture card. Last one, dude. It's just direct to capture. The capture can take the monitor. Right. have DisplayPort to HDMI cable. You have the capture card as a monitor in your streaming PC. Moonlight to CC. Is Ackerman, okay. I'm gonna read that in detail. My turn. Ah! That's a bunch of bullshit. What the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, that actually was a frame trap on his end. Designed for me to hit a button. Gotta make a commit. Gotta make a commit. Okay. All right. Let me read this. Isra's been my streaming tech buddy for a long time. See if you're getting consistent. Sunshine Moonlight. Good games, by the way, dude. Sunshine Moonlight's the way to go. Let me read this chat. So. Capture card direct. Capture cards connected to your streaming computer as a monitor. Right. Oh, streaming PC as a monitor? Right. A display port to HDMI cable that goes through the GPU's display port directly into the matrix, where it sends the signal to the capture card. That way I have the capture card as a monitor on my streaming PC, so I move Moonlight to my capture card, which acts as a monitor. Damn, that sounds so... It sounds complicated. Move Moonlight to the capture card, which acts as a monitor. Hold on a second. From the back to the middle to around again. True. Yeah, so the thing is, we're definitely getting the every once in a while drops. But I want to try to fix it before we go any further if I can within my ability. Yeah, so we're definitely getting them. Yeah, if there's hitches or frame drops, we're definitely getting them. Most of my stuff has been pretty smooth. Let me read what Isra said just to get some perspective. So all you're saying, Isra, is you have a display port to HDMI cable that goes from your GPU's display port directly into the matrix. Are you running at like 120 FPS or are you only running at 60? Is my question. Is your monitor running higher than that? So you just go from your HDMI matrix, which drops it to 60, into the capture card into your streaming computer. I have the capture card as a monitor. Text stream. I'm trying to figure out some solutions here. In fact, I think I could do it without mixing shit around too much. You're playing on 120 hertz. Okay. And can use what I want, G-Sync or whatever. My capture card just gets 60. So, Isra, why the... Turn this down a little bit. Why the display port to HDMI? Is it because of like data throughput? Would it just run smoother? I'm debunking some stuff here, chat. Hold up. Context on title. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream. It'll go up in a video. Don't worry. But we had fun with Tekken tonight, you know. I was playing people that were like normal. Because if I'm using my HDMI for another monitor, okay. If your HDMI is free, just use the HDMI. Okay, gotcha. Well, I am using my graphics. I'm just lucky because my graphics card has 2 display ports and 2 HDMIs. So I'm already actually. No, the 2 display ports are being used for my main monitor and my sub monitor, right? My secondary monitor. So Isra, you're doing, hold on a second. Let me Alt F4 out of this bitch really quick. So let's just see how much different it is than what we got going on right now. So, if we go to display settings, right now, this one, let's make this in NVIDIA, even though it's slower. Sorry, chat. Bink. This one is what you're doing, right? So you're not cloning it. You are sending a captured Moonlight. This is the HDMI capture card, right? You're sending a captured Moonlight or Sunshine, whatever the first one is, from this monitor over to your streaming computer. Just verifying if that isn't the process. We learning today. Because right now, without without OBS doing its thing, this is just a full screen projector. This is actually like a third ass monitor over here, you know, that is doing this. So once I project it, but I can see why the projector is weird sometimes. Maybe it just wasn't weird when I was doing it. So they're streaming Moonlight over a network 265 and capturing that. Pretty sure, yeah. I tried that before and I was seeing intermittent frame drops every once in a while, but I was assuming it was because I was using window capture / game capture over window capture or display capture on OBS, which was causing some weird frame drops, sort of like what we're seeing right now. What we were seeing in Tekken every once in a while, the game just like freaking out every once in a while, is because of that shit. Moonlight now supports AV1, so it's better than before. I'm assuming, well, Sunshine Moonlight looked amazing. That wasn't the issue. The issue wasn't like that shit didn't look good. It was that when the capture of the Sunshine Moonlight window eventually made its way into OBS, the way OBS was capturing that window was funky. Like window capture / game capture or whatever the hell it was using, display capture was weird. But historically, the best capture method in OBS has been what's it called? It's called game capture? No, wait. Video capture device. Yes. Video capture device. So the idea is that eventually to get Moonlight on the video capture device, right? There's an alternative called Apollo, which creates a virtual monitor and works with Moonlight. Really? Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting. So I'm trying to route it in my head. So I have the extra monitor right here. Sunshine, let me look and see how Sunshine Moonlight works again. Unicorn Day. Is it Sunshine first, Moonlight second, chat? Let me check it. It's got to be over here. This one is Moonlight. Okay, so I need Sunshine. Hold on a second. Hold up. I might need to reinstall it. No, I still have it. It's just in this folder. So. Trying to figure out how this shit works. Let me see, make sure there's no sensitive information in here. Hold on a sec, chat. Hold on. We're just trying to make this shit look good. I want 60 frames per second, bro. That's it. That's all it is. Oh, this is a fucking icon. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at here? That was about to get funny. Okay, Sunshine Windows Installer. What are we doing? I'm trying to get the stream's frame rate to be better. That's pretty much it. I'm trying to get stuff to just look better. More consistent FPS, all that kind of stuff. I'll settle for nothing less than perfection. Hey man, it's a constant effort. I'm working here. All right. Okay, I got Sunshine. Oh, that's right. It's a website. Oh my god. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'll bring this back, chat. Get view my face. See. Forget that this runs in a browser or how it works. Yeah, it wants me to sign in. God, I can't remember what the hell the login is. So nothing goes from your gaming PC to the actual capture card. You connect your HDMI from the GPU to the streaming PC. You connect the HDMI from the GPU to the streaming PC. Right, that's what I actually have going on right now. That is legit this. It's just setting up as a third monitor. That is also connected to the streaming PC. Yes. Yeah, I get it. So pretty much what you're saying is you run on the third monitor, you're running Sunshine? So you're sending the Sunshine Moonlight between like host and receiver. So is the idea that yeah, the capture is just a monitor. I get it. You're sending it you're sending the signal. That doesn't make any sense. Because the capture is from your streaming computer. Log into this goddamn thing, I can figure it out. Okay. Sorry, chat, we out here. So let me make sure there's no sensitive shit on here. Check out Audrey's Twitter, Bloodborne News. I saw something like that. She was talking about some new merch. Quote unquote news. So yeah. I got logged into this shit now. NVIDIA encoder. Performance. This is where we're sending everything. So do I need to set up anything crazy from here? So Sunshine runs on the gaming PC, right? Okay, so that's where we're at right now. Moonlight runs on the streaming PC. So you push Moonlight to the third monitor. Hold up. So the third monitor is one that's confusing because the capture card that this eventually hits, the capture card that this eventually hits is not acting as a third monitor on my streaming computer. It's acting as a third monitor on my gaming computer, right? Because the HDMI cable from your gaming computer is going into your streaming computer, you know? You capture Moonlight on the streaming PC. Yeah, so that's what I mean. When you eventually get to the point where Sunshine runs on the game, Moonlight runs on the streaming PC, so when you push Moonlight to the third monitor, which is your capture card, yes, I integrate capture card into OBS and it shows me Moonlight. Right. Okay. No, this makes sense. We're doing the right thing. Okay. So, I was confused by the wording. Sorry, Icer. I know you completely speak a different language and this is challenging. What I'm going to ask now is, what do I need to do to set up configuration-wise on Sunshine Moonlight? Is there anything crazy I got to set up here? So the idea is I'm going to probably set this up first, and then I'm going to kill OBS in a second. Do I need to do anything crazy for encoder? Any of that kind of bullshit? GPU scheduling? Any of this kind of stuff? Not OBS. I'm going to kill OBS on my streaming computer. I'm sorry, my gaming computer, which I'm currently doing. There was an attempt. Trying to stream capture across his local network? Yes. So the idea is that over like HDMI and over display capture cloning, which you have to do for 2-stream setups, you need to do some weird shit to make sure you don't get frame drops. Cloning causes problems. Just make sure you have the latest Sunshine inversion and you're good to go. Just use P1. Okay. So, that being said, how do you start this shit? Let me bring up Moonlight over here. Let me see if it needs to get updated. Okay, no, it's grabbing the... One second. So eventually, when... Oh, fuck. Few details. 2H. That's the problem with this stuff, Chad, is that you have to like wrap your brain around it. It's like audio engineering, dude. You have to like really wrap your brain around this shit. Okay, that's the right one. It takes some time. Can I check for an update? Does Sunshine Moonlight have any updates? I'm on 6.10. It probably is way better now. The idea that streaming over a network can be better than direct HDMI is still crazy. Yeah, it is to me too. And I might not have had the best results, but still. Let me check Moonlight. Hold up. We out here. I'm gonna walk you guys through the audio experience of this shit. Moonlight. Sunshine. Maybe I need to download a better Moonlight. PC games on remotely. Yeah. Okay, download client. Moonlight PC 6.1 and no, I'm on the latest one. I'm on the latest one. It'll make me incredibly happy. So so I'm just like wrapping my head around it because the problem is you start streaming and everything's fucking weird. Like, you know this. I start streaming to an audience and all of a sudden shit goes south really quick when you think you have all these solutions. So for me, it's like I'm trying to get to a point where we can bypass that shit so I can play some Berserk, so I can play some Kazan and stuff and try Tekken again with all these new settings. Here's my question. What do I need to do on Moonlight to receive? So this is currently being captured from my, let me do display capture. Okay. Here's currently the streaming rig, and here's Moonlight, right? VSync, frame pacing, borderless windowed. When I eventually host this bitch, we want this. Trying to figure out. Yes, does Moonlight already scanned for the PC on the network? It found it. It did find it. So do we stick with HEVC or do we go to like AV1? Is there one that is running better? Just so I know. Do we do forced hardware decoding or do we just leave it at auto? In terms of like in general settings, you know? Been a while since we've had a troubleshooting stream. It has. And I pretty much want to keep this at 4K 60, you know? For frame pacing purposes and everything like that. Rare dank stream. Shut up! Not dank yet. Forced hardware and HEVC works fine in your case. AV1 has better compression. Automatically find PCs on local network. Unlock bitrate limit. I don't think I need more than 150 megabits per second, right? I don't think I need to do that. All the bit rate. Yeah, I'm going back to the previous time you described this to me, so I guess it's been working good ever since ISRO, right? I see, and he's actually got the settings over here. Hold up. 4K 60, 150. Thank you. Who was that? Yo, Phantom Safe, thanks for the Prime. See the Lakers game? I'm streaming! You wanna see the Lakers game? I'm fucking streaming! Here, chat, I'm gonna kill this OBS now, which should probably... Here, let me get rid of this display capture. There's that pretty background. In your case, the capture card no longer has a connection to the gaming PC. So nothing from the gaming PC goes into the capture card anymore. Instead, the HDMI port from the streaming PC goes into the capture card. Oh, fuck my brain. Okay. Fuck my brain. All right. So on your streaming PC is what you're saying. One of the extra HDMI ports on your streaming PC is going to the capture card. Oh, fuck my brain. Yeah, okay. What the fuck, dude? Hold on a sec, chat. All right. Unplugging shit. All righty. We out here. We out here. Dude.